Among the legendary tales of the Australian Aborigines that have been handed down to us is the story of creation, the story of the beginning, before time and before the sun was made. In the great darkness that covered the earth in those days, the good spirits had decided to light a big fire in the sky every day, the sun fire. All night long they gathered wood for it, and when the fire was nearly ready, they sent the morning star to warn everybody that it was soon to be lit. But of course those who slept did not see the morning star, so the spirits had to think of some other way to waken those on earth. Then they heard the laugh of the Kookaburra, and they decided that this should be the noise to wake the earth before they lit the great fire. So they told the Kookaburra that he must laugh his loudest before sunrise every day, and that should he not agree to do this, then no more would they light the sun fire, and darkness would come back to the earth. But the Kookaburra did laugh, and the sun fire still burns in the sky. The spirits of these legends fade into the past, but the Kookaburras still laugh in the dawn long before the rising of the sun. They are friendly birds, and the coming of civilization has not in any way driven them from their haunts. Indeed, they share with humans the desire for companionship, when in the evenings they collect together in the tall trees near farms and along the roadside. There, in the gathering darkness, they chuckle and laugh amongst themselves to the accompaniment of the farmyard animals, bringing the day to its close. While the Kookaburra symbolized for the Aborigines some great legend of the past, they also knew many of the birds that live in the forest. Amongst these is the butcher bird, full of the cunning savagery that his name suggests, yet one of the loveliest songsters of the bush. They inhabit the lightly timbered scrublands away from the steep mountain ranges, and the rich flute-like song is heard at its best during the late autumn and winter months. And then there is the grey thrush, an inconspicuous ashen grey bird that is found most often in dense forest near the hills. But for all its sombre appearance, the grey thrush has a fine melodious voice which rings through the trees in the spring months of September and October. The magpie, boldly marked in a pattern of black and white, has a place in the heart of every Australian. And there are few birds that have adapted themselves so well to the progressive civilization of their natural world. But it's the song of the magpie that somehow captures the spirit of the land. It's a song of the shadows on the ground and a blue sky. In the early morning come flocks of noisy white cockatoos, passing high overhead to the grassy plains where they will feed during the day. Then, towards evening, the parties gather to fly back to the safety and shelter of the trees. Wheeling and turning in the evening sun, they search for space on the dead branches, all the time shrieking defiance in angry, quarrelsome tones to a darkening world below. Then it is night, and in the shadowy, colourless world, fresh life stirs. It is a time when the spirits are abroad, and the boobook owls call to each other in the dark.